one of the very first things I did as I quit Roosevelt is I worked out what is my mission statement. And that is something that when we talk about mission creep back at the beginning of what I was describing, um, my mission statement really is to create dramatic music. And that's where I started in 2016. And that's this phrase, this little 3-line thing that I have here actually has not shifted. It's been pretty much my mission statement all along. And it was before that time too, but I really just finally codified it then. And I did expand it every now and then. So like I'll say, my mission statement is to create dramatic stories, but also to mentor emerging composers, whether or not, emerging rather than age-based, because I want it, emerging can be anybody of any age. And that's really where that has helped. But I think having this artistic statement, very brief upfront, lets everybody know what I'm about. And then almost all the music on my website backs that up. So what helped was doing a lot of adjudication work over the years for different organizations where people would have to write out their artistic statements, and seeing how some people floundered with it and clearly didn't know how to be concise, and others were perfectly concise. Like, okay, how did they do that so well? How did they get to the essence of who they are? And for me, it's always been about dramatic stories. So this felt like it's the right statement. Maybe someday I'll move on from it, but right now it still feels like it's the right one. It's my guiding light. So I think if you were to sit down and just write a bunch of words about what is your identity and what are the things that are impactful, if I could expand mine, I probably should, is to talk about how I have a big social justice bent to what I do. So that, but it's not always, and that's part of it. It's like sometimes I want to talk about voting rights or about climate change, but other times I just want to have a piece of music that's fun to listen to that will take people away from everything else. So I guess now that we're talking, I should probably expand it a little further to just cover those bases too.